the cacti
we've got a celebrity coming into the studio.
Do you see what hat he's wearing?
He's got a Run Faster hat on. This is our pal.
Wait, where's Chris?
Noel Kingston coming into the studio on his, his fourth Black Canyon, fifth Black Canyon 100K finish. Welcome, Noel. You can grab that microphone. Help yourself to a floater as well.
Do you want some coffee? We've got some fresh coffee we made this morning.
Yeah, that would be nice.
We got you, Noel.
Give him a little cup. Give him a little coffee.
Oh, nice.
We got you a little cup. We'll serve you up here. Yeah.
Noel, how'd it go out there? Tell us about your day.
I want to hear it from this morning when you woke up and realized that you got 2 hours of sleep in. What was going through your head?
Well, I didn't realize I had 2 hours to sleep in.
Oh, were you one of the ones who were here?
Yeah. So
my gosh.
So I got up at 4 a.m. and
earlier than you would have gotten up.
Yeah. And then drove up here with Andre Lee and Jan and
the Dream Team.
The Dream Team. They drove us up, and then we got into the parking lot, and that's when we found out that they had a delay.
Yeah, our friend Patrick Kavanaugh, who we went out to dinner with last night, did the same. We texted him, and he said, I'm 2 miles from the mayor parking lot. And I was like, bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough way to start the day. So what did he do? You at least had a vehicle up there that you could stay in and stay warm.
I did, and I told you about Dean and Mike.
Melkers.
Yeah.
We got our eyes on them.
The guys from Prescott.
Bibs number 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're really clueless. They
Tell us how you really feel.
They weren't aware of the delay either, and so somebody in Mike's family dropped him off.
Oh no!
Yes, it dropped him off. So I called them up, and they were in the laundromat, staying warm.
Wait, better than what Chris might have thought. Some people staying in the porta potty to stay warm. That could have been Mike.
Yeah, luckily the laundromat was open, and so we invited him over to the vehicle, and we all had a good time in there. But I'll tell you, it got into my head a little bit. I told, I just the delay. I was hoping that the weather with the snow, and I was hoping it'd be icy, that first section, instead of muddy. And then, with the delay, I was like, okay, it's going to be thawed out and just miserable. But just everything, going 2 hours later, just kind of got in my head a little bit. And then I kind of just worked through it, and I just said, you can't let, you can't let it bother you.
Yeah, I was wondering, and how was that? Obviously, like when a race starts out, there's obviously a lot of people at the start, and then generally, when you get to single track in any race, there can be a bottleneck, and that's, a lot of times athletes will fight to get out there. But when the big mass gets there, obviously, if there's a lot of mud, if there's someone in the front of that bottleneck that's not very comfortable in mud, it can slow up the entire train of runners behind that. Did you feel like, was that going on at all? Was it tough to get in a groove because it was kind of like, I don't want to say stop go, but like the pace was so varied because you'd get to muddy sections and some people would slow, so everyone would slow? Did you have any of that?
Well, let's go back to the start of the race, because there was 2 waves.
Mm-hmm.
And so was it 9:30 and 10 a.m.? Yeah. And then, so it was weird because the 9:30 wave started, and then I don't know if there's people that just kept starting, in between the 9:30 and 10 a.m. wave, and whoever those people were, they were smart.
Wave 1.5.
Yeah, wave 1.5. Because when I started at 10, I was kind of in the back, and it was slow to get going, and then running around the track, and people were avoiding the lakes. And then, as far as the mud went, I knew it would be horrible just from my experience here. I kind of know how to run on it and where to run. But it was just kind of miserable.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to and I knew that after Antelope, it would be sweet. You just gotta, so you just gotta kind of deal with, with the 4 miles of messy messy mud. So
Sure.
You kind of have to tell those thoughts to just be quiet for a bit. We're gonna get to greener
Yeah.
pastures. You just gotta hold off for just
Yeah.
a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, and hopefully not tweak anything in the mud or the
Yeah.
stabilizing
I
muscles.
think that would be my biggest fear.
yeah. It
is
was the
not tweaking
stabilizing
something.
muscles that I was like really concerned about. Because
yeah.
you don't want to mess everything up in the first section. So
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
And how did you like Deep Canyon Ranch? You obviously, like I said, you've been here 5 times before, so you know the course well. How did you like the new aid station, the new setup there?
I thought it was fabulous. I didn't get to see it very much, but it looked like all the crews and pacers had a great time. It looked gorgeous. So
Yeah.
so it's it's a great. I think it's going to be a great addition for the race. And it's not that far off the course. The trail, I don't. They kind of graded the trail that comes down. I'm sure they use it for horses and stuff too, but it was in good shape. So
Nice.
yeah. And then going back out the road, the mining road was sweet. That was all easy. So, yeah, it was a nice addition.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And Noel's got his Prescott Trail Runner friends that he's hoping to see coming through here. Besides Mike and Dean, do we have anyone else that we're on the lookout for?
One of my buddies from Prescott, Jason Baum, is out there. He's done the Cocodona before, and he's out there on the 100K course. And then Kelly Weingart is. Kelly is out there. This is her first 100K,
Awesome.
and I'm hoping she's crushing it. She's a real solid runner, and she was really prepared for this. So I hope she's doing well out there.
Kelly was one of the few people that reached out to us. We have some info on her, bib 176. So when she crosses that line,
Yeah.
we got a little spiel for her.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
And Noel, tell the audience. I mean, now that Noel was drawn into the Western States Lottery, so Noel's in. So today he didn't have the pressure of running for that golden ticket.
I
So
know
did
the
that take
pressure
a
was
lot
on
of-
though. So
Did that take a lot of angst off your plate this morning, knowing you didn't have to push for that ticket?
Yeah, I think that after I was drawn for states, I was like, all right, I don't have to worry about coming out and shaming,
Guns blazing.
shaming some of the younger
yeah,
runners. And,
yeah, let him have it this year.
But had you actually finished in the top 3, it would have pushed the ticket down. You might have
Oh,
been doing
yeah.
somebody a favor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
So-
you
great
gotta-
thought there.
Did you guys see when Noel won the ticket, or when he found out he won the ticket, his
Were we
reaction?
there?
I did. I was in Taiwan at the
Oh,
moment.
that's
Oh,
right,
that's right.
yeah.
So Noel comes across the finish line at McDowell Mountain Frenzy. I believe you ran the 50K there.
Yeah.
And he didn't know. And what's funny is that, first of all, I reached out to Meg, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" And I'm like, "Are you running?" I didn't realize she was racing. I hadn't seen her out there in the morning, and she's like huffing and puffing, but she's so excited. I was like, "Hang up! I'll talk to you later."
Yeah.
So I, anxiously awaiting Noel coming in for the finish, and I'm filming him, and and when he crosses the finish line, I think it was Aaron Barber that
Yeah, it
let
was
you
Aaron
know
Barber,
that you crossed, and you got into Western States, and he takes off his hat and he throws his arm and fires off an expletive loudly, in the middle of the crowd.
Oh, good.
And of course, I catch it all on film, and he looks at me and he's like, "Can we redo that?"
I wish I hadn't have said that.
Yeah, but you know what? It was great because it conveyed your whole emotion in the moment. Can't wait to see what you do there this year. It's going to
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We just had Jamie Barrett and Sarah Lear come through that finish. Congratulations. You both are Black Indian 100K finishers.
Woo. So no, you gonna check out the course before June this year? Gonna go up to either training camp or just get on it and get some training miles in?
I think the best strategy for me is to go up over Memorial Day weekend and sign up for that weekend. So
Yeah, it's a fun event. I was there last year. It's just so much good energy there every single day. It's really well organized, and it's literally the course. So it is a great taste of what you're in for.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great weekend Western States put on. And anyone, I believe it's sold out this year already.
Yep.
But for future years, if you are interested, that is a heck of a weekend to just go up there, even if you're not in the
Yep,
race.
don't even have to be in the race.
Don't even have to be in it.
Don't even have to be
Don't even have to be in
in
it.
No.
You just go
So
up there and have fun.
I wanted to mention that the creek crossings were kind of interesting
Yeah.
because there was a lot of water in them. The crossing the Agua Fria into Black Canyon City, I got to the creek or the river kind of like by myself. Everybody was across the river already. And so there's kind of a trail marking sign right on the edge. And I just kind of like followed that. And there was a huge hole. I was lucky.
Oh no.
I went all the way up to like my shorts and I almost fell. And I'm so lucky. And they kind of laughed at me, the guys who were across. They're like, yeah, you went the wrong way. And I was like, well, thanks for telling me.
Yeah, and I asked Aaron Berger, who was just in here on an interview, how about right before Table Mesa, you have a pretty deep river crossing that's moving fast, and especially now that it's night and getting cold. I mean, to me, that's concerning. Like for athletes that are maybe moving slower, they're now going to get into a river, get out. It's windy, it's cold, they're wet.
You don't have the advantage of the sun to help dry your feet off. Yeah.
So how was that for you at coming near Table Mesa, before Table Mesa, that last crossing?
Yeah, it was. I was actually, I had some legs and I was moving pretty good, so I stayed warm. But yeah, people are moving slow. Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Yeah,
the water's just really cold.
Yeah. Luckily, I believe they have a fire going at Table Mesa, at least what it looked like it, and I could see that being a spot people hang out at for a little bit if they're cold. Hang out by the fire, regroup, hopefully put on a new pair of socks and get going. Who do we have coming in here? We had Fan Yang just finished. Fan Yang, part of the Aravaipa community, comes to the group runs. I know he was signed up for Cocodona last year. I don't know if he is this year, but Fan, congratulations on the 100K finish. Tim Emmett just came in right behind him as well. Congrats, Tim.
Yeah, and that looked like Bobby Peavy coming right behind him.
Was it? No, Bobby's still out there. Bobby he was running with the lead pack early today. Still have him at Table Mesa, so I'm not sure what's going on, if Bobby's still in the race. Same with Tyler Fox. Tyler Fox was a golden ticket winner from Bandera 3 or 4 years ago, good friend of mine. So I'm not sure if he's still on course either. They may have pulled there. Nolan, what's the rest of your night looking like? You going home? You going to be able to get some sleep? You going to be out here for the 60K tomorrow? What are you doing?
No, I'm not going to be out for the 60K tomorrow.
You ain't coming
sleeping
out for
in.
that.
Yeah.
Sleeping it in.
Yeah, sleeping in, trying to recover.
And how do you use caffeine late in the race? Is it easy for you to fall asleep? If you go home now, you falling asleep?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no problem.
Wow,
I'm
is
exhausted.
a treat.
Well, I was up at 4.
It's true.
I'll tell
Like
you
you.
what, I finish a race, I usually can't sleep that whole night. I think I end up using a lot of caffeine late, but it's common that I'll finish a race and I won't sleep that whole until the next day, which is
You're a little faster than me.
no. We're about the same.
I was gonna say
though.
I usually fall asleep okay, after it depends on the ultra distance, but if I'm tired,
Meg
you
says
know,
no. Me and
I
Meg are on
will-
the same team.
That's a lot of miles. 62 miles. I'm gonna go to sleep.
yeah, I might wake up in the night starving, but I'll go back to sleep.
Do you have a meal in mind that you're like, hey, I can't wait to eat this as soon as I'm hungry?
No, but typically the day after an ultra, I feel like I can't eat enough.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
a
just
day
like
or two.
it's it's just nonstop eating.
Yeah.
That's the fun part about
That is the fun
it
part.
is part. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, you just have a bottomless pit there. You can just
Yeah.
keep eating and eating and eating,
Yeah.
sitting around, and it feels pretty good.
It does.
Nice.
It's a nice hat you got on there.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that hat from?
Well,
That's a nice hat. It is. It's the Run Faster hat. I
Yep.
gave that to Noel at the expo the other day. Yep.
yeah. And can we mention how I got the hat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Noel has asked me about coaching a few times in the past, and generally I just won't coach someone that I have a personal relationship with. And I certainly wouldn't ask them for money or anything, but Noel got into Western States. He just wants a little bit of advice, and I am more than happy to help my pal Noel on his path to Western States. So he and I are going to work together as he goes to Western States so he can get that finish.
Yeah, and we've only been together for 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I've really, enjoyed the 3 weeks already. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if you can turn me into a powerhouse.
We're gonna get you that top 10 at
Okay.
States. No,
Easy peasy.
oldest top 10 of all time at States. We're
Yeah.
getting you in there.
You know, and we talked about we talked a little bit about, you know, strategizing your different sections of the race.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, the first section today, I kind of, in my mind, I was just like, I knew it was going to be muddy. So I kind of like, again, I was like, I can't worry about time. You know, it's just like, get through the muddy section and, you know, don't hurt yourself.
Sure.
And just like we said, I was just back off a little bit, the first 20 miles, you know, into Bumblebee. And then I told you the second section from Bumblebee on, I was having a hard time, but I kind of fell into like a mindset of like, I'm just going to take care of myself and really monitor like how I feel and my heart rate. And, you know, my heart rate is typically pretty low. So I just kept it around, you know, 120 to 125, you know, and I was like really cognizant about just not overdoing it. But, you know, when I got into Deep Canyon, I was kind of like in a little bit of a down spot.
Oh no.
Yeah. And that doesn't happen to me very often. I told Meg that. It was like, that doesn't happen to me hardly at all. And that was kind of concerning. But then once I hit Black Canyon City and I was outbound on that, it was like, I fell into the rhythm again, but it was just funny. And then it was just, you know, it was just like, all right, how can I push myself this last, you
Sure.
know, 20 miles or whatever it is, 25 miles from Black Canyon City. And I did well, you know, I guess. Yeah.
Any takeaways from today? What did you learn from today? Is there anything you can take from today that's going to help you at Western States? You might need to think on it for a day or two, huh?
Well, I really do like the idea of not planning, not trying for a time. I love that idea. It's like, plan out your race, be prepared for your race, and it's just going to fall into place.
Sure.
You know, and then it's kind of at the end of the day, it's the time is insignificant, but it's a nice surprise. Even today, it wasn't as fast as I've ran this race, but I was still very pleased with it. You know, with the first muddy section, and
Oh yeah.
so yeah, it was a great day.
Nice.
Yeah, out there, and the weather was fantastic for running. It really was.
Was it?
Yeah, temperatures.
It looked cold from afar, but I'm
I
glad
think the
y'all were having
temperatures were
fun.
perfect for running.
Yeah, maybe after the first 20, after it warmed up.
Yeah.
The beginning of, I guess with the later stuff too.
Even
Yeah.
at the beginning,
It wasn't too bad.
as soon as you got out of the wind, as soon as you dropped below Antelope, it was
That's true.
gorgeous.
Yeah, you drop in there.
You drop in
Yeah,
that canyon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Cool, Noel. Well, thank you for coming in here.
Thanks
We
for having me.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for the coffee.
Absolutely. Go get some sleep. Meg, take care of this guy.
Got appreciate it.
We
Yeah.
will see you. When will we see you next? Who knows? We'll
Yeah.
see you sometime.
Okay.
We'll see you
All
maybe
right.
at Cocodona or who knows.
Well, thanks.
Absolutely.
Good luck staying up.
We'll be up here.
We'll
We're
be
gonna-
here.
Make sure to look for Mike and Dean. Give them
Oh,
a
I
shout
can't
out.
wait. Mike and Dean. I saw Mike was, I think, 45 minutes ahead of the cutoff at Black Canyon City, and Dean was, I don't know, 10 minutes ahead of him. So
Okay.
I got my eyes on.
Okay.
I'm rooting for him.
You want to
Yeah.
give a little history on these people for the people at
I
home?
think I have.
Oh, okay.
With
And Mike, you know, Jubes gave Mike number one.
And Dean is number
Dean
two.
is number two. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I hadn't, Mike, I know Chris mentioned it, Mike has ran every single Black Canyon. He's finished every Black Canyon there has. Last year he was DNF,
DFL.
FL.
DFL.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I was-
Getting late. Anyway, he finished with just a few minutes left on
Yeah.
the clock. And Dean has ran every Black Canyon except for one where he had a little medical situation where he could not run it. But those two are out here. They're both in their 50s, crushing from the Prescott Trail Runners. So we are really, really rooting for them to come in.
Both in their 50s. Is that what you
I
said?
thought so, wasn't it?
No, you check their ages.
Let's take a look.
What?
That's what I thought they were. Then we were driving. We got 63 from Mike.
Woo.
And what do we
68
get?
for Dean.
No
Dean
way.
is 68.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was
And
gonna
they're
say.
fi-
I
they're
was
in
gonna
their
say. I saw them. I
50s,
saw them at the
60s.
Black Canyon Training Run. I'm like, all right, that seems about right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're still awesome, but all right.
Dean, Mike, I tried to toss you a bone, but Noel threw me under the bus.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like,
in
no,
the
no,
50s,
don't give it to him.
You know,
I'm not
Noel's
giving
calling you out.
I'm not giving it to him.
No.
All right. Well, when
All right,
they finish,
thanks.
we'll get them in here to bust on you a little
Okay,
bit. Noel.
good.
All right. That's Noel Kingston, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming in, Noel.